All right, guys, we're going to take a moment here, a break from our vehicle ambush class. Some pretty intense training. However, answering your questions regarding movement and the importance of staying in the fight. Come on, guys. We're supposed to be producing a good video here. You know, training with these professionals, you gotta have a good time, but we're supposed to be saving Hombre, right? He's usually our VIP, we protect him. Well, anyways, okay, back to movement, guys. Listen, a moving target is harder to hit than a stationary one. What am I talking about? You ever watch boxing? Does the boxer stand still? The answer is no. Why? He's always moving because it's harder for his opponent to get a connecting punch. What I'm talking about here is simple lateral movement. If you were my opponent and we were squared off and you were coming to attack me with your fists, an edged weapon, or maybe a firearm, I would want to move. Here's what we're doing. Watch my feet. I would take a long step and a short step, all right? I have now gotten off those railroad tracks, which requires you to reacquire me, all right? It has now put me in an advantageous position. Again, taking a long step and a short step. Now, if I was in rougher terrain, let's say there was rocks on the ground, maybe in the forest where you're gonna trip on sticks, it would be the same thing, but I would take a long step and then drag that foot on the ground. It never leaves the ground. Again, long step, drag that foot, which is gonna make me in a better position from falling. What you don't wanna do is hop, right? We are humans, not bunnies. God didn't make us as bunnies, meaning we don't wanna be hopping around. Hopping around, you're much more likely to roll that ankle and take a tumble, all right? By the way, side note, you may fall. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong, right? If you fall down, the number one rule to ground fighting is get off the ground, but I digress. Moving on. All right, long step and short step, whether you slide or not, that's on you. Incorporating movement puts you in an advantageous position. Now, if I needed to go a great distance, all right, I wanted to close the gap of several feet, a couple yards, whatever the case may be, I wouldn't be sidestepping that way. Because if I had my gun up and I'm sidestepping, all this movement is happening, more likely to miss, right? In this case, guys, I would pivot my body. Now, I'm not going to elevate my gun now, but I would pivot my body, and then I'd be able to walk normally as of that point to engage that threat. By the way, another side note, when you notice that I pivot my body, if I was going to walk backwards, which is dangerous, you're likely to fall, you would want to do a toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Every time I do toe, heel, my heel feels if there is something that I am about to trip on, all right? So practice all of these movements, simple, basic tactics. Developing muscle memory, practicing over and over will likely increase your chances of survival in a encounter or lethal encounter, dynamic situation at that. Folks, help me out. Subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, share. Let's let the algorithm know that you are pro self-defense, pro Second Amendment, and ultimately it allows me to produce more quality videos, reaching out to you guys. By the way, Ipac Instructor, IPAC Instructor, across all social media channels. You can find me there. And ultimately, I love you. I thank you. And as always, remain safe.